A very warm welcome to Live Darts Iceland. Well, once again, we bring you action from the PDC Nordic and Baltic event here in the lovely island of Iceland. A little bit of a difference today, in as much as, well, first of all, you can hear me in the background because I haven't turned the thing down, but more to the point, I'm actually here live in Iceland.
Is it good enough?
Completing a bit of commentary. What's that, Hallie? Hallie talking to the commentator in the most professional of circumstances. He's certainly one to watch today. The four, I'd say, old-timers of Live Darts Iceland are around.
Today we play qualifiers for Mannheim in Germany on 6th and 8th September.
All right, as you can hear, it is the tournament director giving the lowdown. More commentary in a minute.
So, Hallie and Peter Thompson, board 1. Marker is Aldo Persson. Board 2, Decisive against Pedro Gudmundsson. Marker Roland Lefgren. Board 3, Jørgen Hansen against Peter Schaua. Marker Adi Jonasson. And board 4, Matthias Friedrichsen against Ivan Springborg. Marker someone Nielsen from Faroe Islands. Game on. Just volunteer markers for those who don't know. If you want to require a marker for the match, go to the bar and talk to Inky.
Well, there we go, the tournament director giving a bit of the lowdown as to what the rules are regarding pulling up. Who's throwing, who's marking, where, what, how and why. Just the usual stuff that we need to know. Well, it's my pleasure to be here live in Iceland for this one. Over the course of the next 3 days inclusive, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 5 events, including 2 Euro Tour qualifiers. Sorry, should I say 3 Euro Tour qualifiers and 1. Plus 1 equals 2 Pro Tour events. Well, the qualifier right now is for Euro Tour 11. It'll be the European Darts match play in Mannheim, Germany, between the 6th and the 8th of September. One thing is for certain, one man standing here today out of the field will be standing in Mannheim in a few weeks' time. Well, not even a few weeks. 6th to 8th of September, that's pretty near. In 2 weeks' time, there we go, 2 weeks today, they could be playing on the big PDC stage. "21 players starting today, starting in round number 1. And you might have seen my little preview a little earlier on the Live Darts Iceland Twitter, stating there are 8 boards. There are 8 playing boards, but today, because of the number of players, 4 will be in use. So board 1 is going to be our main stage, which is right here, right now. Hallie Nielsen. He takes on Peter Thompson. This is on stage 1. 4 consecutive stages today. Dennis Nielsen, Jesper Skobjard on board number 2, as well as Niels Heinso and Peter Roderick Gudmundsson. Those are our 2 games going to be streamed on the other streaming board, which I will be switching to from time to time. Niels Jorgen Hansen and Vita Charua on number 3, and Matti on Fredriksson and Ivan Springboard on number 4. So competitive games all around and a bit of fun as well. But we are underway. The first arrows that we are seeing of our tournament here in Iceland. And you can even see the Live Darts Iceland logo top right in the background, just above Thompson's dart. Well, at first I saw it was Hallie and Peter. That's all I saw the first names, Hallie and Peter, on board 1. I thought, oh, this is going to be great. I'm sure it is going to be great. But there are a couple of Peters in play, Peter Thompson and Peter Roderick Gudmundsson, both spelled with a U rather than an E. They both do have an E in it, but never mind. Well, Hallie, the better starter of the 2. Early days as of yet. Useful there. Ton really was the least that we needed, just his nose remains in this leg, so far so good. Remember, it is Hallie with the throw, won the bull up. So it does have the advantage. First to 6 here in Iceland. In fact, all of our tournaments have been first to 6. And it seems to work quite well. Format isn't too long, but long enough to show what the players are made of. Well, Hallie down to a finish first, 167. I can assure you, well, now and say it's probably not going to happen, but if he hits his treble 20, he'll go for it. And why wouldn't you as well? That'll kickstart his career. Well, we will never know, but I rather think the 19 ball was the intended route. For those of you Live Darts Iceland regulars or Live Darts Iceland fans, Thorgeir Gudmundsson. He was the winner of a little tournament here yesterday, not a ranking tournament, just a warm-up tournament to loosen the arm and to get all of Iceland coming together. A lot of players that were in the event aren't actually here today. And Hallie did need that treble 19 to give himself a shot. And it is now Thompson who is in the driving seat. And it seems to have switched. Hallie was playing the better of the 2. But not anymore. Double top Thompson. Sounds a good nickname, that. Double top Thompson. And it is not quite there. Just low. Just low. He thought it was in. I wondered. So Hallie then treble 15. He should get himself a dart. That was at the bullseye, I assure you. But yes, loose arm. And for those of you wondering why Thorgeir Gudmundsson not here today. Double 10, there we go. Second dart in hand, and we are off. The PDC Nordic and Baltic Tour weekend has officially started. And it starts with a break of throw. And so far, Matthias Fredriksson is 1-0 up against Ivan Springborg. Ivan has been playing some pretty good stuff, a regular on the Nordic and Baltic Tour, especially this year. Niels Heinso leads Peter Gudmundsson 1-0. And of course here we can see Peter is leading Hallie by 1-0 as well. We're keeping up to date on all the action around the boards. But if you do want to if you do wish for yourself to be kept updated at all hours, every dart is recorded on Dart Connect TV. I just type Dart Connect TV into the Googles, and all of your scores pop up. Useful tool, very, very useful indeed. Here's the way I managed to get you the scores. As Hallie looking for a treble there, begging to hit a treble. Alas, not quite finding one. And doesn't want to let Thompson in here. Doesn't want to give him 2 back-to-back legs. Looks like that might happen. However, did I speak too soon? Steady ton, useful. He's useful. But really, a couple of trebles here from Thompson, and the pressure is firmly on the hands of Hallgrimur. Well, disappointed there is Peter, but that's what Hallie would have wanted. And that's a great dart. This is some pressure stuff. Will he go for the ball? No, he's instead gone for the treble. Looked like it might have been him, but it wasn't. 100 scored. Gets him down to a finish first. Is the break back on? Well, that was a great last dart, considering the single 5 before that. That was useful indeed. Right, we like to see dart at the balls are now. It's the outer ball, so treble 20 leaves the ball. And Hallie gets it. The reason for my lack of excitement there. Of course, my computer decided to do a little lag, just as Hallie needed to get that 135 shot. But he did it in some style. I could then quickly, by a millisecond, see. So impressive stuff. Probably the high finish of the tournament so far. Early days, I know, and I haven't got any proof that that's actually true. But that'll give him a bit of confidence. A break straight back for Hallie. And we are on as even here in round number 1. All players receiving a bye into the second round. Harold Paulsen, Oskar Lukasiak, Jan McIntosh, Bjarni Sigurdsson, Roland Lengren, Rollo as he's known, Atle Bjarnsen, Daniel Larsen, Veo Vinica, Nielsen, Paul Hegney Nielsen, Miranda Sparauskas, and Esmar Mikkelsen. Everyone who I didn't just name is to play in the first round, and as an FYI, 5 first round matches taking place, 1 on each board, 2 on board number 2. Well, I'll be disappointed if he doesn't get another. And there were 3 well thrown darts, grouped nicely. Couldn't find what he was looking for. Nonetheless, that was a single well. Is down to a finish first, will be down to 1 now, and it'll be down to something a little bit prettier than this 160 that Thompson's on. Wasn't best pleased with that. 81's not bad. It's pretty much half of what Thompson needs. That was an adrenaline rush dart. And he wants another. Well, I think it was going for tops there, to leave tops. That's one way of doing it. Anyway, we'll be back for 60 if Hallie can't get this 81. Wanted 45. That's eventually left him with tops, wasn't the 41 scored, if my math is correct. Yeah, there we go. Wasn't the most convincing of plays, but ho-hum. Well, eventually he got tops after what seems like many attempts at it. Double 10 now, Thompson, and he gets it. Decent stuff there, because I can assure you that first dart wasn't at tops. But that third one certainly was at 10s. That's exactly what he got. Peter breaks once again, and it would seem that no one wants to hold it through. Well, numerous countries being represented over the course of the weekend, including the Faroe Islands as well. Tiny little nation housing about, I don't know what the population of the Faroe Islands is. Not many. Yeah, I was going to say 50,000, and it's slightly under. Around then about 50,000. Jan McIntosh, he is one of them. Faroese player. May well do some good things, who knows? If you want to get in touch with the broadcast, with me, why don't you drop us a comment, Live Darts Iceland? You can just drop a comment onto this live stream and we'll get it. It's a lot of support for Hallie, for Peter, for Matty. There you go. Mr. Jakobsen, Ranja Jakobsen, 52,000. He's told me how many people reside in the Faroe Islands. Not a big population, but lots of talent. It'll be great to see some Faroese players on the stream over the course of the weekend. We did in our last event in Norway, so who knows? Well, that's two brilliant doubles there for Hallie. Wonderful work from 281. Has got himself to a finish. Not an easy one, mind. And Peter didn't like that one, so this is Hallie's chance to break again. And you'll rather think with Thompson on 154, break again is very much possible. I'm being told the precise population of the Faroe Islands is 51,190. Thanks for that. As this 154 isn't going to go. And it turns out, by the way, Peter Thompson, talking of the Faroe Islands, is of course of the Faroe Islands. Something I completely let slip. As Peter manages to get broken once again, but then Hallie's been broken twice as well, so 4 legs, 4 breaks. And yes, of course, how I managed to miss that Peter is Faroese, 4 Faroese players over the weekend. Peter Thompson, Jan McIntosh, Esmar Mikkelsen and Honji Nielsen. Thank you very much, Christian Josin, for informing me of that as well. So yes, a quadruplet of Faroese players. They're not quadruplets, might I add. But pretty impressive nonetheless. And wouldn't it be great to see someone from such a small populated country do so well in the sport of darts? You never know, never say never. Anyway, we are all on as even here on streaming board, which is board number 1. And a little bit around the boards for you. We have Vitor Charoa trails 3-0 against Niels Jørgen Hansen. Ivan Springborg is 3-1 up against the Icelander, the Eagle Matti Fredriksson, and Niels Heinso is beating Peter Gudbranson 3-1. So the I'd say the classic Live Darts Iceland 4 of them, 3 of them are trailing at the moment. 1 One of them is Hallie, who we are seeing now. Hallie, one of the players who keeps cool under pressure. We're actually having a discussion about nerves in the sport of darts. Don't want to make this all about me, but someone didn't there was a warm-up darts tournament last night here in Keflavik, and someone didn't turn up to the venue. They said, oh, Robbie, do you want to play? I should have said absolutely not, but I said, yeah, go on then. I was just there to make up the numbers. Let's just say there's a reason I'm not a darts player. There's a reason I talk about it rather than throw, but the less said about that, the better. As Peter Thompson gets himself down to 157. Crucial part of the match, this. Seeing as breaks are so prominent, just a holder throw, which at the moment seems very hard to come by. But a simple hold could be key. Not often you say that. But then again, it's not often you have 4 legs all against throw. Hallie's on a good one. He'll have 2 shots here at the treble. And he gets a shot at the treble as well, which means 1 dart at tops. Oh, and it's straight in there, right in the middle of the bed. And I think Hallie is feeling confident. That was the holder throw I was talking about. It also means, even though 3-2 doesn't look too awful, 1 break here. The Faroese man finds himself in a spot of bother. Hallie can't find himself a treble, so kind of back to square one. But I haven't seen Peter playing before, so I'm not too sure on strengths and weaknesses, etc. But will the confidence to be with Hallie? That was a useful visit. That treble 20 there may well rescue Thompson here. But Hallie doesn't care. Hallie doesn't want to have any of that. So it's an open leg. It was, remember, Thompson that did start this one. So, I was about to say we'll have the advantage. But has that advantage been blundered? Only a lead of 12. Well, switch to avoid the 163. Would have got 166 anyway if he hit it, but maybe didn't like the line. And he needed that treble. He needed that treble because Hallie has 6 darts from 204. And we'll have 3 darts from 104. What can Thompson do here? A ton, absolute bare minimum needed. Well, needs the treble. Is it a good marker? No. No, it wasn't. And out of these 2 shots, I know which I'd rather be on. I mean, I've missed both, but, 104 I find a little easier. But not here. So Thompson with an outside chance here. This first treble goes in. whilst they await scoreline clarification. There we go. If this first treble goes in, anything goes. And this light up his campaign as well, isn't? So won't. 111, 110, so treble 20, anything really. Here we go. Hallie here, 2 darts to go within 1. And it's just low. Just crept in under that wire. So Peter Thompson should get at least a dart at the bullseye. Just staying straight is the important bit. Hasn't done so. 85. No guaranteed darts now. Will not get a dart. When you're a shot like that, staying straight is vital. You know, you could argue, is it better to sway as Peter Goodmanson, as Hallie Ailson, should I say, Hallgrimur Ailson, goes within 1, yet another break of throw. I was going to say, if you need 90, is it better to miss the big number or go for the 18s and miss the 18s bet? I'd say marginally better to go for the 18s and miss, just because if it's a treble you're going for, fine, but you've got to give yourself opportunities. You cannot give Hallie a hand here. You cannot help him out, because if you do, you will get punished. The first casualty of the day is an Icelander, and his name is Mattias Fredriksson, man of the moment. He who has won countless local tournaments over the last few weeks. He went 6-1 down to Ivan Springborg. Springborg was always a tricky opponent. And Vitor Charua has also been defeated by Niels Hansen. That was 6-0. So Vitor and Matti will not be winning this tournament and will not be featuring on the Mannheim stage in 2 weeks' time. But someone in this room will. Will it be Hallie? 76 needed, treble 20. We'll get 1 dart, and that dart, well, isn't going to be tops, it's going to be 4s. Fair enough. Didn't manage to get it, so Peter would love to do this in 2 darts, he really would. Well, he's not got a blocker. Oof, I was ready to say, well, technically he has done it in 2 darts. 2 darts that remained in the board, but alas. And Hallie going a little bit wayward there. So try again. Well, it looks to be a good marker. And it turns out it was a good marker. Not actually used it, but he's got the dart in the double. That's all that matters. And 4-2 becomes 4-3. Guess what? Another break of throw. Many breaks of throw. I've lost count. I remember the 1 hold. Well, I do remember 1 hold, whether it was the 1 hold. You can check out the stats, by the way, after the match. Dart Connect. Peter Goodmanson is 396 rather, points away from being knocked out of this event. And And will the first 3 casualties be 3 Icelanders? Heinso leads 5-2. As you can see on board number 2 in the background there, it is Peter Goodmanson. In fact, we can bring you a little bit of action there. Just in what may well be the closing stage of this one, though. Peter looking to make this 5-2 deficit 5-3. 184 is what he's on. Niels Heinso just the 1 leg away from a victory. Wow, throwing darts like that. What can you do? What can you do? We'll have a look at this 1-2-9 effort, and then we'll switch back to our main stage. This one's closing out. Well, Peter, in with that treble 19, so he's going to give himself a 57 and 14 score, not part of the game plan. So readjusting, reconsidering, and he may well be able to win in this game, but we'll switch over to our main stage, which is mid-match, just past mid-match. Hallie here, 100 minimum. Well, he'll be disappointed with 100 now. Will he fill up the bed? Not quite, but decent arrows. And this is what I mean about Hallie dealing with pressure. Okay, it was only 100. But they were all grouped nicely. It fooled me. It fooled me in my far from 2020 eyesight. That, however, was 2 trebles. That's for sure. And if this 100 doesn't go, this 101 may well go. Tops, no. Treble 20, got to be. Was a good marker, was the right decision. And that's all right. At least as long as he's nowhere near the treble. Nothing worse than busting 60 with 1 dart. Treble 19, 12s. Wow. That was a little bit wayward there. So then double 10, and Hallgrimur will be 1 leg away. Double 10 it is. And I know there's not been many breaks to throw this game, but that was one, a rare one. And just flicking over there, we did see Peter winning that last leg. Niels Heinso does appear to be in a slightly better position. And he's thrown accurately. 2 trebles there, only one's the one he wanted. But that now is going to give him a shot for the match. Shot at 136. So what can Peter do here? Well, needed 2 trebles. Really would have liked 3 and 45. Not quite there. He's giving it a go. Niels Heinso is not an easy opponent at all. And, well, would have liked to treble there, but I don't think he's going to be panicking just yet. In fact, I don't think he'll be panicking at all. Will be back for 78. Peter really could do with filling the bed. Back-to-back 45s, so 78 for Niels. 20 leaves tops. Oh, he caught that dart. He did catch the fly. Oh, we're mid-leg here, so we'll carry on watching. Just seeing nothing interesting was going on the other board. I mean, I'm sure interesting things are happening, don't get me wrong. So then, double 10, Niels Heinso. Double 5. Well, that's a great marker. That is a great marker. And he's used it to perfection. That is how you use a marker. Peter Rudrik Gudmundsson is the third Icelandic casualty of the day. And is Hallie going to save the day? Peter did give it his all. He got 3 legs off Niels Heinze there. But couldn't quite do enough to dispatch him. Peter here. Well, one Peter's gone packing. This Peter has no intentions of going packing. Will he fill it? No, he didn't want to. Understandable. Would have left 30. That's one of the advertising hoardings is ever so slightly fallen down. Okay, so Thompson, he may get a shot at bullseye, may get a shot at 16s. He may get a shot at neither, double top, if anything. Well, lackluster first dart, but let's see. Hallie is good at this. He's very good at this. 2 treble 20s. Not the world's greatest marker, not from this angle anyway. And no, hasn't gone in, so take your pick. Yeah, but that's all right. We'll have a bit of that. Now, Peter standing significantly back, so I don't know if you would have seen that bullseye, what exactly he got there, but it's going to have 2 darts here, assuming he stays straight. He has done. That's a really good single as well, considering some of the other things. Oh, yeah, that's how you finish 52. That is how you finish 52. Convincing single. And level 16. I'm not going to say it, but you know what's just happened. Thank you very much. Peter holds here, and we have a deciding leg with Hallie having the throw. I don't know if Hallie is aware that he is... wouldn't say the only Icelander standing, but the only people that have been dispatched so far are Icelanders. The 3 veterans, or 3 of the 4 veterans. Don't know if Hallie is aware of that. I'm sure we'll want to change that. FYI, up on board number 2 in just a couple of moments will be Dennis Nielsen and Jesper Skovjard. Now, they're 2 people capable of winning the tournament. Nielsen's much experienced. Qualified for ET4, qualified for ET7, qualified for ET8. All 3 this year. There's only been 7 events this year so far, 7 ET events. And Dennis Nielsen's qualified for 3 of them. Will he make it 4 today? Remember, there's 2 chances, because coming up after this event is the qualifier for European Tour number 12, which is the International Darts Open in Riesa, 13th to 15th of September. We'll focus on this one now. This is for the privilege of playing in Mannheim. 2 weeks today. So the winner better get practicing. Well, that was 140 scored. A bit of an unusual single 20 there. Just stood right up on it, not far from the double. But look what he's left. And this will be a way to win the match. Had an opportunity, if I remember correctly, to do this before. Not the worst marker I've ever seen. Squeezed into the treble. Quite, but it's okay. Halved his score. Should have a couple of darts at tops. Can Thompson put some pressure on? Wow, look at that. This has got to go in the, the highlights reel. Hallie is 60 points away from the match, and he's doing a bit of DIY in the background. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. Cool as a cucumber. And he's probably going to do this in 2 darts. Bish back, bosh. Hallie doesn't care. That should be his nickname. Hallie doesn't care. I yields. Single for the double. And it's there. Cool as a cucumber. That is how you finish off the match. Brilliant stuff there from Hallie.
Yeah.
Does a bit of DIY. Many tops. He is a man in some form, let me tell you. And he is the first Icelander through. Well, by right, should I say, to the second round. Remember, it is Fredriksson, Charua, and Gudmundsson who have been dispatched by Springborg, Hansen, and Heinso. Daniel Larsson is 1-all against Veo Vinica. And Mindiga Sparauskas. So 3-1 up against Mikkelsen. It's all very exciting, and we have 2 boards, remember? And here we see Dennis Nielsen and Jesper Skovjard, as promised. It should be an interesting affair. Both. Well, there we go. Stop the game is averaging 180. Oh, never mind. Okay, 177. No. And this is why I don't play darts. It was 137 was the was the combination we got there. Not the worst way to start. Dennis Nielsen, of course. As I said earlier, he's won 3 of the ET qualifiers this year. Daniel Larsson has won 1 as well. He won 1 in Denmark. Nielsen won 2 in Denmark. Won 1 in Sweden as well, which is his home nation. Will he make it a clean sweep of countries? Let us see. For those of you who are just joining us, hello. You're watching a PDC tournament in the PDC Nordic and Baltic Tour. We've been to Sweden this year. We've been to Denmark this year. We took a bit of a gap. And at the end of the summer, which is now, we are in Iceland, as am I as well. I'm no more than a few meters away from the players, or maybe a little bit more. If I'm too close, I think they'd be a little distracted. As Nielsen is looking to tee this up, we'll be back with certainly a dart at something, possibly even 2. For those of you wondering why, by the way, why can't you hear the why is the sound not quite matching up? I'll explain after we see this 16 for double 16 effort from Dennis Nielsen. And that wasn't far away. The sound you're hearing is from board number 1, which is the board opposite. You can see in the background there. This board here, this is our kind of like our main stage, if you like, where the sound syncs up perfectly. This is board 2, our secondary board, where the sound is coming from board 1. And Dennis Nielsen gets double 8, and he takes the early lead. Averaging 88 for that first leg. Skovjard 71 isn't terrible, don't get me wrong. But 88 is all right. It's pretty good itself. Well, are we going to see the first 1080 of the stream? No. Right, our game on the main stage is starting, so we will bring this one. Oskar Lukasiak and Jan McIntosh. 2 games, 2 Faroese players. Jan McIntosh really impressed me when we last saw him here in Live Darts Iceland. So we'd like to hope for more of the same. This is a round 2 game, both of which Oskar and Jan won a bye through to round 2. I believe the buys for this event are random. Buys for Pro Tour are seeds, as far as I'm aware. The winner of Nielsen and Lucas, by the way, plays Lengren in round 2. And Hallie will play Harold Palsson in round 2 because Hallie beat Peter Thompson and Harold Palsson got a bye himself. Oskar Lukasiak, by the way. It's Swedish. Lots of decent darts players in Sweden. And as we see one on the other board as well, in Dennis Nielsen. Well, it's rounded that one up. And if Jan can get a ton as well, it'll be 2 interesting checkout opportunities. But he can't quite. It's not badly thrown last start, 2 decent markers as well. But Oskar then, if he gets a single here, let's see how it pans. Yeah, he should stay there, certainly. And it's brilliant as well. Double 10. Well, obviously, I take that back, it wasn't in the treble. I thought it was in the treble. I wondered, hang on a sec, that's a long way off the double 10. But alas, it wasn't the double 10, it wasn't in the treble, but instead, he should give himself here. You could see the disappointment actually as he got that single 1, because single would have teed it up, and that's a big 19. So tops, and that one is for sure. Bouncing off that, and he's overcompensated. Well, 16s is a nice route here. It's a popular route these days. Treble 20 is the traditional route, at least. A pair of 6s. Well, this one isn't nice. Well, it's not nice unless he names him Jan McIntosh. He liked that one. And so did I as well. 72 on double 3. And the Faroese man takes the early lead and the break as well. And I think Lukasiak is a little bit stunned. And was it that lacklustrical single 1 at the end of his last visit, or the visit before last? That caused that mistake, possibly. And lovely treble there from Oskar, saying, you know what, I maybe rushed one of my last darts, but I don't care. And meanwhile, let's have a quick look over here. Dennis Nielsen, well, he's not wasting any time, is he? We'd only just started the game last time we were viewing it. He's now 3-0 up. So he really has a firm grip on this one. As both cameras are shaking, that's the force of the darts. So yeah, continuing his good form as well. 140 scored there. Well, I've got it on good authority, by the way. Not that it particularly matters, but Oskar Lukasiak, only a youngster, turning 29 in October. Which does then mean he's got plenty of time, and if he's playing some pretty good stuff now, who knows, in the next few years, could we see a Swedish superstar? Been playing darts since he was 8 years of age, has Lukasiak. No mean feat. Knows how to throw a dart, knows how to hold a dart. Oscar's now on 101, just as I'm getting a little bit of lag from my end. Nearly rescued it. A couple of millimetres lower and it would have been great. Useful treble 20 Jan McIntosh, just in case. Oscar can't find this. Double top. Not far away. And that one is in by the looks of things, but hang on a sec. Yes, it was. I was wondering whether that body language was saying, oh my god, that was terrible, or yes, get in, sort of thing. Turns out it was the latter, yes, get in, sort of thing. Anyway, Oscar levels up. And from one Swede to another, Dennis Nielsen now leads 4-0.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, we'll be disappointed if he only gets 100 here. And won't be disappointed with that visit, I tell you that. Wonderful stuff to leave him on 176. Jan a long way behind. And will Oscar check this nice little 3-figure score out? Well, he's made it a whole hell of a lot easier, let me tell you that. Double top for a 116. Wow, clattered into that dart. Don't know what he was doing anywhere near that first dart. An adrenaline rush, perhaps, will let him off the hook. Jan's quite a way back. Well, he's digging a hole in it. Well, he has dug a hole in it, 286. 140. Puts a little pressure here, but Oscar deals with that pressure perfectly. And he now takes the lead, which is good composure, seeing as Jan did very well on that double three first leg. Nielsen did lead 5-0 up against Skovjard. And he has won that, I can confirm, as you can see there, he has won that one 6-zip. A very informed Dennis Nielsen averaged only a small matter of 98 for the match. Certainly one to watch. Carries on like that. He may well be on to yet another Euro Tour event. Larsen and Vinica are tied at 4 apiece. And Barauskas and Mikkelsen. Mikkelsen played very well to stay in this match. He's 4-5. Barauskas leads Mikkelsen 5-4. Well, Jan's going to be down to finish first. McIntosh had a very decent leg here. Oscar tactically going for the bullseye, just to get himself down to the big fish, which he will attempt if we don't see a 108 here from Jan. Well, that's in the treble 3, so we won't see this 108 go. Treble 20. Perfect. Don't know if he's got an earpiece listening to me, but that's how it's done. No mark or anything. Bang, straight in the treble 20. And Lukasiak wants 2 of those. 2 darts straight in the treble 20. And I'm still waiting for the day. Not to see Oscar hit one, just to see one in general and commentate on one. Yeah, McIntosh needs 20. And that looks to be a very good marker. And overcompensated. 5 is not an easy switch. Not an easy switch. And it doesn't get any easier, unfortunately. Wow. Wow, no way. Oof, that would have been a showstopper. And but for the people in my surrounding area on the practice boards, I would have shouted very, very loud. Double 2, the one's arguably the hard bit. Bouncing off that. Oh, and he's done it. Really, really good shot there from Jan. Puts him right back in this one, considering Lukasiak was not a million miles away from going up 3-1. And 3-1's a lot harder to deal with than 2-all. So it's still open. Lukasiak averaging 10 more than Jan. Averages. Very good guide. They don't dictate games. Winner of this one will be playing the winner of our next game, Hallie and Haraldur. Palsen and Eilsen. Nielsen will be playing Roland Lengren in the next game as well. And I think that's going to be on streaming board number 2. Now that'll be a good game. I mean, anything with Nielsen's a good game, you know, but Roland Lengren is a bit of a monster in a good way. Not, you know, he's not affected me negatively. I'm saying a monster of the sport, a beast of the sport. Rolo, watch this space. We nearly saw a 1080 there from Jan. hear whispering going on. You could cut the tension in the room with a knife. Jan wants to put some damage on this 167. 176, should I say. Well, really needs a treble. I mean, he doesn't need one. But Lucasia gets a treble, and he's on a finish. Another one of those. Wow, I knew he was going to get that. I just knew he was going to get that. It was such a convincing treble 19. Just had a feeling. He goes the 20s, which is the usual route. Occasionally you'll see someone going treble 18 a la Rob Cross. Well, he has got a treble 18. Start downstairs. There it goes. He didn't want that 9. He didn't want that. He's teed up 40. But a missed dart at single may cost him. Double 8, last dart, pressure's on. Pressure is on. Kasiak let off the hook there. Still needs to hit tops, but 3 darts in hand at the preferred double. He does it for a living. He does it for a living. Takes the lead now, but we're with throw. Jan seems to be picking up. Stephen asking me, or asking the stream in general, did Matty win? You can find all of the scores and results on Dart Connect TV, but the answer is no. I wasn't able to find the results against Even Springborg, who beat him 6-1. Played really well. But he has other chances, does Matty? He's going to be playing in all of the events. We've got another one straight after this. It's another Euro Tour qualifier. And following that, Pro Tour, Euro Tour, Pro Tour. So much opportunity as Lukasiak there pounds in. 180. First one of the stream. Or the first one that I have seen. And he's really got a grip on this leg. And it's 2-3 about to become 2-4. And could this match start to slip away from Jan McIntosh? Well, he's good at this range. Tops. Oh yes, Oscar Lukasiak, 118. No need to call directory inquiries because he knows exactly where tops is. He is now throwing to go within 1. Impressive stuff. Over on board too, beyond Sigurdsson, who featured in my little trail earlier. He trails Niels Heinso 1-0. But we'll be sticking with Lukasiak and McIntosh till the end. Both players have had moments of brilliance, and that 118 kind of epitomised that for Oscar, the Swede. Jan looking to fill this one up. Take 140. It's really a leg he could do with winning. Really, really. Well, Oscar, he don't care about all that, does he? Oh, wonderful stuff, wonderful stuff. And just as McIntosh poses what might be a minor threat, well, a significant threat if you throw him well, Oscar only goes and does one better. We're going to see outer ball. Treble 15 was the plan.
Not good.
Instead, he hits tops. And as we established, he's already had a long career, throwing arrows since he was 8, been playing 20 odd years. I think his experience is starting to show. It's a couple of finishes now when he's hit the double top with his last dart in hand, so his confidence is obviously sky high. And maybe Lucasiak could be one to watch over the course of the weekend. Okay, not the best of starts for either 59, but makes up for it. Lovely use of the treble bet, I guess. That's the best way I can say it. Well, that's a disappointing second. I would have wanted to fill the bed, I'm sure. Of course, I'm sure. You always want to fill the bed unless you're on 181 or 183. It has been done before. I just remember Gary Anderson once upon a time hitting 180 when he was on 182. Opponent was on a finish. Only went and won the leg as well. Well, can't go to a checkout now, and I'm surprised at how that dart ended up, because he was working his way towards the treble. Looked like he just needed a quick flick off that other dart and it was in, but it wasn't. So 142 won't go. And it's a decent last dart. Didn't like the line of the treble. Didn't see much value in switching elsewhere, so went for the bullseye, and why not? So he has choices here, as he pleases. And he's teed up tops if he is back. This will be a party pooper for Lucasiak. Another one of those. Leaves the red bit in the middle. Oscar just hit it. And Jan couldn't find it. Technically, Oscar needs that right now. But somehow I don't think... Oh, yeah, he doesn't need that right now. I believe... Yeah, there you go, teed up 40. It was only 30 seconds ago I last said it. You can't expect me to remember that much. Double top. And he's gone inside. Was it the miscount playing on his mind? I don't think so. And it wasn't his miscount, might I add, the miscount of the scoring. Double 19, straight at it, looks like it. One dart then in that same sort of area of the board. Oof, that was not the best effort of the day, must be said. And event. Now, Oscar Lukasiak has 3 darts for the match, and if his finishing of the match is anything like the rest of the matches played, which it is, then you know Oscar is doing something right. Oscar Lukasiak 6, Jan McIntosh 2. McIntosh did not play badly at all. This scoreline not quite reflective of the standard of play. Both play pretty well, but it's Oscar, unstoppable Oscar, who proceeds. As we'll have a quick look at Niels Heinso and Bjarni Sigurdsson. These two just plodding away. We are in the 4th leg. We'll keep that one up and running. I'll tell you a little bit about what's been going on around the boards. But just as a reminder for those of you join us, this is Live Darts Iceland. We're at the PDC Nordic and Baltic event. We're in Iceland. This is a Euro Tour qualifier. The winner of this tournament will be playing on stage in Germany in just 2 weeks' time. They'll be playing at the European Darts Match Play in Mannheim, 6th to 8th of September. So if you're a subscriber to PDC TV, you'll be able to see that. Daniel Larsson has been knocked out. Daniel Larsson, qualifier for ET number 9, has been knocked out by Veo Vinica. So, Veo Vinica through to the last 16. Or through to the last 8, sorry. Oscar Lukasiak and Brauskas as well. Ivan Springborg carries on his decent form. He is 4 zip up against Thorogni Nielsen. Niels Heinso, Bjarni Sigurdsson, who we can see now. It's 2-1. Well, 2-all now. Right on cue. And Adi Bjarnason is 2-0 down to Niels Jorgen Hansen. Another event coming up after the conclusion of this one, around at about 7 o'clock local time here in Iceland, which is just under 2 hours away. So we'll see a few people from the Nordic and Baltic countries. Playing on the big PDC stage, all very exciting. The winner of the match you're seeing now, Sigurdsson and Heinzo, will be playing the winner of Roland Lengren and Dennis Nielsen. Of course, then Lengren and Nielsen will be playing on this board, board number 2, straight after the conclusion of this game. Yeah, so as I said, 3 quarterfinalists at the moment, Barauskas, Vinica and Lukasiak. And a winner of this one will also be playing in the quarterfinal. Not going to be an easy opponent, whoever it is, Lengren or Nielsen. But they'll give it their all, I am sure of it. You can see Hallie in the background warming up. As double top for Niels Heinso. Double top it is, 68, starting with an 8. Wasn't his intention. But he dealt with that perfectly. Really good stuff there from Heinz, though. Heinz are now taking a 3-2 lead. Well, Palsson and Ailson in the background, they are warming up. When they do commence, we will switch over to that board. I'm sure it's going to be a good one. Harald Palsson, Hallgrimar Ailson. Hallie's second game, Harald is first because he was a bye in the first round. The winner will take on Oscar Lukasiak, who we just saw in the last game. Whoever plays Oscar, I'm sure it's going to be a good one. Oscar is some really, really good form. Oh, no big trouble there from Sigurdsson. Heinz still recovering after that epic 48, sorry, where it started with a big 8. But he looked to go a little more with a 116. Of course, he'll look to. There's Bjarni there still. Can't find that treble. And yes, Heinz needed a treble there of his own as well. We'll just working out with the maths. Oh, 19 and 7. 26 and 25, 51. If that's what he got, 19, 7 and 6. Of course, the scores now, there's an iPad next to the dartboard, have to be inputted into the iPad for the Dark Connect system. If you make a mistake, you've got to, it's easy to correct, but you've got to, go back, undo it, and redo it again. By that time, you've probably forgotten what the players scored, so that's why sometimes it takes just a couple more seconds than ordinarily would. And Sigurdsson not impressed with his effort there. As Heinz so teased himself up on 40, looks to be going 4-2 up, but I will now bring you the game from right opposite board number 2, which is board number 1. And Hallie, starting where he left off, pretty steadily indeed. We'll talk consistency. Hallie scores nothing but tons. And checks out as well, obviously. Probably going to win this tournament. But it's never happened before, and I don't think it ever will. Maybe in a best of first to one leg. It's probably happened ton. Triple 17 bull. Boom. I'm guessing that's happened. But you would deem it unlikely. Well, I said it was unlikely. That's 3 tons. Okay, they're not all back to back. He did have a lesser score, but hey. A lesser score, by the way, being 60. But he hasn't yet swayed from that 20 bet at all. And that's called consistency. And you may have heard of the phrase, consistency is key. Yeah, it really is. Well, it's going to have to sway away from this treble 20 bed now. Oh, fantastic, fantastic. 15-16 bull to check out 81. He don't care. His last leg, he did a bit of DIY before continuing. This leg, 15-16 bull. Is there any stopping Hallie? I mean, I was chatting to him earlier. He did seem pretty confident. Not in an arrogant way, just, you know, he just has an air of confidence about him. And he'll be very happy with his ton hitting, his consistent ton hitting. Halston hasn't managed to find his full flow as of yet. So he's still got, you know, a minimum of 5 legs to go, so I'm sure he'll fix that. Hallie started like a high-speed train at around at about 70 miles an hour. Has slowed down in this leg, but doesn't want to waste his wonderful achievements, wonderful efforts, sorry. So it's understandable, I guess. But playing pretty well. And decent last darts. Look what that gets him down to. And look what Hallie's on, Halston's on as well. Well, this could be a way to kickstart the engines in the Harold Palsson machine. 2 treble 20s for the bullseye. Not far away, really good effort. He should take the positive out of that dart. Needed 170 and threw a pretty good dart. Okay, didn't get any of them, but that's not really the point. I think it's all about setting many targets. I learned that yesterday. For me, setting the targets was just get down to a finish. Don't worry about what your opponent's on. Nothing, just get down to a finish. And I'll tell you the pros and cons about that in a second. 105 with darts. I don't even think Harry Houdini could do that. Double 6. Well, Halston get the first leg, his first leg of the game. That's 2 scored, 83. Oh, he's knocked the 3 off at least. There we go, that's a little more like it. Double 3 Hallie. He's going to leave himself in the madhouse. Not even. Well. What do you do here? It's, you know, it's a double 3, double 1. It's a hard one. I don't think there's a real right or wrong answer. I probably would have bust it, but that's why I'm not very good at darts. 1 shot at tops.
I hope.
Working on it. quite so. Palsson for his first leg of the game and to make him feel a whole lot better. I can assure you he wants tops. That dart might make it look like he wants fives, and he's not going to get it now. And maybe back. Interesting choice of double there. If he likes the tens, that is his prerogative and right. Double 10 if he comes back.
Oh, no, we're not. Yeah.
Well, double 5. If he likes tens, maybe he likes fives as well. That wasn't far away. His shot at 20, double tops nearly hit fives. And his shot at double 5 nearly hit tops. Go figure. Anyway, it is Hallie who eventually pins that second leg on the ball. Brilliant first leg, but somewhat of a lackluster second leg. Either way, it has finished. They can put that behind them now. And Harolder is still smiling, so I think everyone's happy. Niels Heinsoe leads Bjarne Sigurdsson 5-3. That's taking place on board number 5-4 now. Just been commenced. Sigurdsson pulled one back. Will Sigurdsson level things up? Heinsoe needs just the one leg, and he started off this game like a choo-choo train, and lovely treble 20 there as well. He will, however, continue with this one. This is on our main stage board, number 1. And Ivan Springborg is 2 zip down to Barauskas Mindaugas. Ivan, decent player, both decent players. Mindaugas from Lithuania. Well, those 2 darts at 5 grouped nicely, but not in the place he wanted them. 17 scored. Little better from Palsson. 17 scored from Hallie, punished. And Palsson will believe, ignoring that, he can get down to a decent finish. Treble 20 here. Or treble 19, well, isn't even on a finish. Should probably have stepped back after that second dart, but nonetheless, stay upstairs as long as you stay straight. 167. If he hits a treble 20 here, I was going to say if he hits, well, good last dart, not quite what he was looking for, but anyway, I was going to say if he hit a triple 20 there, then it really could have been 167 if he had 167. Well, Hallie then should give himself 2 darts at tops. Or 1 dart at tens. That's all he needs. Double, double. Bit of showboating. from Hallie, who is halfway there. Halson, as I say, not quite at the races. I mean, Hallie had a great first leg, very consistent, in tons here, there and everywhere. But subsequently, hasn't had the full power. But he's doing enough to get over the line at the moment. That's what he could possibly ask for. Though things do change, and we have seen glimpses of excellence from Palsson. Hitting single 19 to lead 166, not being one of them. And I think he's back to steady ton avenue. Steady ton Hallie. Well, there's not much in this leg, if I'm completely honest. Still pretty open. Really would have liked a treble. And had teed himself up for one as well. Not so badly thrown dart, might I add. Well, that wasn't the worst thrown dart either, but not the result he was after. So Hallie should be down to a finish first, barring unforeseen. I think he would have preferred to be on something under a ton. Well, of course he would have preferred, but we're even under 125. That from Palsson, I think, sums up the inconsistency. That doesn't really sum up his gameplay of today, because he has played well, but 5-5-5. You know, he was well in this leg, and then he goes and scores 5-5-5. Anyway, there we go. It's a little more consistent, a little bit better. Let's double top Hallie. And that is his leg. And slowly but surely, he is creeping up to this finishing line. Varauskas 5, Springborg 1 is the only other game taking place at the moment. That's over on board number 4. And as a reminder, the winner of this one takes on Oskar Lukasiak. There is no confirmation as to what streaming board the winner of this versus Lukasiak will be on. I have a funny feeling it may well be this one. There we go. Wants to follow it up. I think he'd rather get this game done and dusted. I look to move on to the next one against Lukasiak, and a nice ton 40 there. And he's having glimpses of that great first leg. Averaging 90. Still a little under, but that's okay. An average of 90 will do any day. 11 from Palsson won't help things in his department. Well, can he do this? Treble 19. 15s was the target, fair enough. On treble 13 as well, teed it up perfectly. And Hallie to go within 1. And that's a bit of a marker. And uses it perfectly. That is how you use a marker. Wasn't the best height-wise, but line-wise, it was right in the middle, so. Hallie does what Hallie does best, anyway. You'd rather think it may take a minor miracle for Palsson to do some damage here, but, you know, only take it one leg at a time. He wins this leg. Then who knows what's going to happen next. But Hallie's got other ideas. Oh, Hallie. Bangs in a 140 after a very useful 5th leg. And I think the destructive Hallie, the power-scoring Hallie, the I can do no wrong Hallie that we know so well, I think he went off for a wonder the last couple of legs. But we know he's back now. Oh, 6 darts thrown. 4 darts in the treble, 2 darts in the single. And I complimented his serious accuracy on scoring tons in the first leg. I'm complimenting his serious accuracy on scoring ton 40s in this one. Except with those 3 darts, we don't talk about that. He's on 161 after 9. And I promise you this would be a phenomenal way to win the match. It's not going to happen. But he'll leave it handy instead, why not? Double 18 for a 13 darter, pin this first dart, and could be the leg or one of the legs of the tournament. He'll take 14, heck, he'll take 15, why not? Well, he'll take more, but Palsson has done pretty well to get down to finishing range, to be honest. He's not on a finish here at 162, but he is not a million miles away. But I think Harold can take a thing or two from this game. Experience, PDC experience. And streamed darts experience as well, so you can actually watch this back, and I want to say you've done yourself proud. Well done. But anyway, it is not over yet. I'm sure he'll do himself very proud if he gets this 1-2-1. Not going to happen now. Well then, can Hallie close this game out? He hasn't done heaps wrong. He went missing for a bit, but there we go, and hasn't done anything wrong there either. Just have to double check, and Hallie wins his way through. And he will now face Oscar Lukasiak in the quarter-final. We'll confirm with you very shortly what board that's going to be on. I think it will be on a streaming board, but we will confirm nonetheless. But it is Hallie who progresses to the quarters. And he's the only Icelander left. just checking that only Iceland are left. So the whole of Iceland, their hopes lie in Hallgrímur Eilsen. Roland Lengren and Dennis Nielsen. This is going to be a cracker, I tell you. It is Dennis who has played fantastically so far. Absolutely obliterated Jesper Scott Yard with a 98 average. And now plays Roland Lengren.
Han får hem i bil, ja. Kolla, vi är bara partners. Kom igen.
Roland Lengren, Dennis's fellow countryman. In being from Sweden. And hits double 10 first time of asking. All honours even. But Dennis, very consistent, very accurate. He'll fancy his chance. I don't think he'll be taking this game by game. Well, he will. We all do. But if he doesn't win this tournament, you rather think he may be a bit disappointed. And rightly so. But anyway, we'll take it one game at a time and see what happens. Because Roland Lengren really is no mug. Very consistent player is Roland. Well, I can confirm Hallie and Oscar will be battling it out on board number 1. After Hallie's had his break, after that slightly long game for 6-0. But I'm sure it's going to be a good one. Right, we'll recommence the commentary shortly, but we'll leave you with this one, Roland Lengren and Dennis Nielsen, for you to enjoy, with a bit of background ambience as well. As I say, Oskar Lukasiak will be taking on Hallie Isles on board number 1. And I believe, well, I know for a fact the winner of this one, Dennis Nielsen and Roland Lengren, will be taking on Niels Heinzo, and I think that will be board number 2. That will be confirmed as and when. It hasn't been confirmed as of yet, but it has been confirmed. Hallie and Oscar will be battling it out on board number 1. You can see, you can see Hallie and you can see Oscar in the background, actually. Hallie needs no time to recuperate. And Roland Lengren doesn't either. Wonderful stuff there as he pounds in that double 4. And the look on Dennis Nielsen's face says, oh, how the hell did he get that one? That is 2-1 to Lengren, and it was a break of throw as well, so we'll certainly be keeping you updated with what's going on over there. But over here, we have Hallie and Oscar, and I may have said to you that we'll be taking a break. I lied. We don't need no break, because there ain't no rest for the wicked.
Virsi, ég finn. Það þarf að senda kalla snabbt. Setja hann á brjóstið.
Just warm up at the moment. As you can see, the warm-up darts there from Oskar Lukasiak. But I'll switch over to the game where there is action. And what a time to switch as well, as Dennis Nielsen pounds in a ton 80. Averaging 140 in this leg. Not a terrible average overall. 79 and change, averaging more than his opponent. And he's 2-1 down. Early days, I know. And, he won't go out without a fight. And he's not going to lose 6-1, I seriously doubt. But I guess that just shows the quality.
Here, man. Need to drown your sorrows.
Still warm-up darts from this pair. Oskar practicing the 14s. Maybe that 14-11-9 side of the board. You never know when you need it. Always comes in useful. Just a mic readjustment, hence a couple of pops, and there we go. We're just discussing Hallie, Hallgrímur, the only Icelander left. If he's going to win this tournament, and we know he's capable, we know he throws good stuff, he's got to first of all beat Oskar Lukasiak in the quarterfinals. He's then got only the small matter of these two, Dennis Nielsen or Roland Lengren, who are both playing exceptionally at the moment. Assuming he beats one of those, he'll then have Barauskas or Hansen or Vinica in the final. So, not the easiest of routes, but he's got to get over this man first. I'll keep you updated on what's happening over on the other streaming board. But right now, we have Hallie and Oskar for a place in the semi-finals. They're just pulling up, and away we will go.
Green.
No, I want that back. Shit.
Ja. Ska jag räkna dem på dig? Räkna dem på dig. Jag ska det. Ja.
Well, Oskar will have the advantage of throw should we go all the way. But we've seen a lot of breaks of throw on today's stream. I promise you, for those of you new to darts, having the throwing first usually is a significant advantage. It usually is. And for those of you also who aren't aware, I am here in Iceland, where the players are. I'm just looking over my shoulder. I can see the practice. The players practicing over on the practice boards. And right in my eye line is Matty Fredriksson. And he's got a serious look on his face. He's still throwing that solid, doesn't drop the elbow at all. Well, they're just ensuring that the score is correct. Sounds like it is now. And that little intermission didn't affect Oscar. Pounds in 2 beautiful treble 20s. Well, Hallie wants a treble here. And that doesn't even look like he's in the single 20. No. So Oscar hasn't really got the pressure of the world on his shoulders here. But I was going about to say, it wouldn't surprise me if he took it out anyway, because that's a very Oscar sort of thing to do. And he'd win an Oscar for his performances. Sorry guys, I am here all weekend. .76 then. Treble 20 for 8s. 2016 tops, or another route of his choosing. A perfect first dart. Good second dart. And that looks like it's in. That looks like he used that marker on the 8s. There we go. Just a quick check on the score on the other board. Dennis Nielsen doing what Dennis Nielsen does best. He's just taken leg number 6, so he managed to level things up and take the lead as well. Well, Hallie now down to the finish. Might look at the bullseye here. Doesn't have to. Well, does anyway. Treble 20. If he gets it, I rather think go for it. Looked quite inviting. That, well, disappointed with that last star, but Lukasiak back on 240. Well, it's not on 240 anymore. Well, 82 left. Start downstairs. And no, that's not what he wanted. So, Hallie would rather have been on a double by now, shortly, but nonetheless. Treble 17 or treble 19. And he can't find tops himself. So, from what really should have been a Hallie leg, may well be an Oscar leg, double top. Double top it is. Only needs one dart of asking. Do not give Oscar opportunities. Opportunity Oscar.
I can just take it off what I owe you, right? Do you want the? Do you want? Are you doing more? Do you want to pick our real card? Yeah, thank you. You want to see?
Shall I use it for it?
Yes.
Just very.
Maybe
Oh, okay.
17 totals of euro, right? So 1,700. So I will give you 1,300. Right. You want to cancel? Do you want to like this? Have our bacon? Or do you want like this? Yeah.
We'll have a look on the other board. It is now Dennis throwing for the match. Treble 20 will leave tops. Oof, he's just low, and he's not best pleased with that, but he'll be back.
Are you playing in the next one?
And it will be Dennis Nielsen progressing, assuming he hits his double 10, of course. Or even this double 5 now. Well, is he thinking? So he's got 10 left. He could do 2 double. Yeah, he's gone. He's got 2 double 4. Okay. And that's why he's done it. And appreciation there from Roland Lengren, who really gave it a go, especially in the beginning of that match. But it is Dennis Nielsen who reigns supreme. He'll now play Niels Heinze, probably on that same board. And the winner of this plays the winner of Heinze Nielsen. So, you know, if Nielsen's going to play exceptionally well, we could well be seeing in the next round Nielsen Lukasiak or Nielsen Ailes. We'll jump ahead of ourselves. Double 10. Double 10. And as you hear the call of that's good, Lukasiak is halfway there. I wouldn't say Hallie has gone down without a fight, that's for sure.
I think she's not smoking.
T-shirt from the restaurant.
No.
Ja, Coca-Cola.
Yes. All right.
Eet je bananas? Eet je bananas?
We'll stay there. Nice first start. Can't seem to use that treble 20 marker. So all honours even in this leg. But Hallie really needs to kick into gear if he's going to reign supreme in this one. He really needs to win this leg. That's the starting point, because 4-0 down. Very hard to pull yourself back. I mean, 3-0 down is not the easiest of tasks, don't get me wrong. Once you're 4-0, it means you're very, very limited on the mistakes you can make. Beautiful shots at the 19s there from Hallie. Maybe that could be his new mode of MO. I was going to try and say it then. Modus operandi, or whatever. And we'll see him going downstairs for this shot as well. If he hits treble 19 first start, you rather think that may be his plan B. Treble 20 tops. Unlucky. Oscar will be going for that same treble 19. The treble 19 that just 2 visits ago Hallie hit twice. Single 12 leaves the red bit in the middle of the board. I fancied that. Must say I fancied it.
Special price for you, my
Yes.
14,800.
In the middle of those two, and it's in. Yes, there you go. And that's one way certainly to get your first leg on the board. Under, over, in. Slow progress in this leg, and Oscar is just confirming with the scorer. Exactly what he needs, but it is 2-3-3. And can't really put much of a dent in that. You can see he's not happy with that. He hasn't even left himself a finish. Hallie will want to do exactly that. Needs a treble, and he gets one. Needs another. Well, doesn't need another, but would love another. He gets another, but it's not the one he's looking for. 1-5-1, 1-5-6. You know, I'd actually rather be a 1-5-6. So it wasn't the worst treble 5 I've ever seen. He squeeze it to the left of that. Nope. Opts to go downstairs. Well, this would certainly kickstart his campaign to return. Needs the treble here. So maybe back for 96, but if Oscar can pull something out of the bag, well, his last couple of darts at the ball weren't great. That one was good. Will not be getting a shot here. Well, we might see 3 outer balls in 2 visits from Oscar if, well, when we don't see this, because we're not going to. So, outer bullseye for tops to put Hallie in all sorts of bother, which before this match I wouldn't have predicted. That's the 3rd outer ball I was talking about, and that's the tops I was talking about. Really good stuff there from Oscar, who is hitting his doubles with regularity. And he's not relenting. The Icelandic hopes for ET11 are starting to wear out.
Anyhow.
All right, cheers. Well, the commentary has resumed. Just sorting out a little bit of techie stuff there. Apologies for the silence. Maybe silence is golden. Looks to me like confirming Kasiak's scoring. It's at 156. So Hallie can pull this one out the bag, which he can't. That would have been something.
How much
60 score there. Would have rather 100, but Hallie will have himself 2 chances. Single 20. Well, even better. Even better. 14. Oh, no. No. He needed 14. At least. Treble would have been good. But the bullseye should have been going big 14s. Really. But anyway. Might be irrelevant now. Well, is he going to stay there? Is he going to try double-double? I'd stay there. I certainly wouldn't. He has. Double 8. Double 8. Not there. It's not there. It's not there. So Hallie given a lifeline. And it is there, so the deficit has been, well, is now half, i.e. 4-2, 2-4, half kind of. But it's still a long way back. Break of throw imperative. He breaks throw here. Then it is game on. That was a useful 95.
You said 80.
This is useful from Oscar. That is useful from Oscar. Gets him down to the biggest fish of them all. And a couple of triple 20s. That's one of them. That's two of them. Of course, a lag on my laptop. I didn't quite see what went on with that last start, but I think it was out the board. In fact, yes, it was. It's a valiant effort either way. And Oscar now needs 50 to go within one. 18s, that just leaves one. Double. Not quite there just yet. Won't be panicking though, Hallie. Quite a way back. Well, he's done well there, Hallie, to get himself down within range. And Oscar pinning double 16. And it's just 501 points. Away from the semi-final. Over on the other board, Dennis Nielsen is taking on Niels Hines, though, and I can confirm that Dennis Nielsen has just taken the third leg and leads 3-zip. There we go. And he started with a 180 as well. Amazingly there, so are we looking to see Dennis Nielsen progressing just a little bit further? The winner of this plays semi-final against what's looking like it's going to be Oscar Lukasiak. So we could be seeing Nielsen Lukasiak in the semis, and the other half as well. We know full well it's Niels Jorgen Hansen and Mindela Sparauskas. That's going to be taking place straight after this one. Well, Hallie has the opportunity has a wonderful opportunity to leave himself something useful. Is going to leave himself something useful, hopefully not busting. There we go. 135 scored. So should get 2 darts at a double of his choosing, tops perhaps. Ooh, 32 it is. And he's got inside and he's not happy. And could that be the last dart that he throws in this qualifier? Lukasiak, bullseye. Well, he's missed the whole thing, so I can't see what that's going. Is that the 3 or the 17? Was in the 17, so 15 for ball is not, you know, pretty sensible routes, especially if he had a kind of marker-ish with that 17. Anyway, it's irrelevant, and Hallie delays his departure from this tournament by at least 1 leg, possibly more. It was only a hold of throw, but may give him a little bit of confidence, knowing, hang on a sec, I can still win legs. You probably have hearing a bit of background noise. Basically, in the back room of our event, of our venue, that's the word I'm looking for, venue here in Keflavik, Iceland. So yes, DIY building, whatever, going on behind me. If you want to see what my little commentary booth looks like, by the way, for those of you who are interested, go on Live Dart Iceland on Twitter and have a look. I put a video up, just a little preparations video. So do feel free to see what's going down. In about 40 minutes' time, if this tournament has finished by then, we'll be playing the next Euro Tour qualifier. That's to start off our little weekend of darts here in Iceland. Euro Tour 12 Euro Tour 12 qualifier, International Dart Open, for the pleasure of playing in the Riesa, 13th to 15th of September, playing with the likes of Michael Van Owen and Rob Cross, Peter Wright, and the rest, and the big guns. Well, Hallie would love a ton 40 here, he really would. Would have settled for a ton, isn't happy with that 60. And is the inevitable about to happen?
Oh.
111, he would have really rather have got down to something a little bit less. But Hallie went the 18s route, couldn't find the treble. May well be out of this one. And Lukasiak is 111 points away from a semi-final against the mighty Dennis Nielsen.
Oh, yeah.
Another. Oof. Oscar Lukasiak. Double 10. Last start in hand. Now it gets interesting. Now it gets interesting. It does get interesting. First things first, Hallie has to hit tops, has to hit 10s. One dart only. And he's got it. He's got that double 7. And he's run to that board and he's ripped all 3 darts out. And he's done it quickly as well, so no fallout. It gets interesting now because Hallie is throwing. Hallie holds his throw here. Anyone can win one leg of darts. Anyone. I mean, I was playing darts yesterday. I had a few missed doubles to win legs. I could have won a leg. And I'm the most useless darts player you'll ever meet. So anyone can win a leg of darts. No one wants this one. All honours even. Could it be first to a treble? Could it be first to 2 trebles? Not a bad marker. Use it. He's used it. That's all right. Just carry on. You can tell I've perked up in the last 30 seconds, can't you? 2 reasons. Reason number 1, I fixed my microphone. Reason number 2, this darts match got exciting. And that was good from Oscar.
Okay.
Do you think I can do this?
We did as well. It was like, I think
What Hallie would give to score his first max of the tournament. Of the tournament? I don't think he's hit a max today. Maybe he has. But my memory is not great. Cannot find one. Only hitting 60. There's always danger because Lukasiak can just have a great visit. But he doesn't like that. He's not happy with that. Well, that was a beautiful cover shot. That really was. And I know he's only a leg away, but that might have actually saved him. Well, he's trying to do the Lukasiak, going for the treble, but no. No. And that first dart was really near the double 19. I think he found a bit of confidence in that treble 19, but couldn't quite do what he was after. Wow, look at that last dart hanging on in there. And now Oscar Lukasiak has really been pushed, especially the latter stage of this match. Just 78 points away from a thrilling semi-final. Hallie is hanging on in there and may get a chance to punish if this doesn't go. And he's just gone north, just gone over the top. Just done a Dean Winstanley. Well, hold the bus. Oof. That was perilously close. Perilously close. And Hallie, I think, would be disappointed. But he can hold his head up high, knowing that, first of all, he had to survive 1 dart eventually. And second of all, he really did push his opponent when it mattered. And when it mattered was those latter stages. It was looking a bit dominant, Lukasiak, towards the beginning. But Hallie didn't have to all right. Didn't go out without a fight. Oscar Lukasiak will now face Dennis Larsson in the semi-finals. But not before we see Niels Jorgen Hansen and Mindaugas Brauskas on this streaming board as well. Commentary will resume in a moment.
It's soft, that part. It's very soft. Yeah. That's the problem. You make a board. I hate that. It's too soft. Listen to the CD. I want to do it now. The sound instead. Yeah. Don't speak anyway in Swedish. Yeah. Good. Have a good good feel. We're gonna win everything this week. It's my feeling. Good. Yeah. I'm still going. I'm still going here. Yeah. Good. Good. I have Oscar on you. Remember. The teeth is wood, like you say. No, you say. Wood teeth. Yeah. Trätanden. No, you say that. One time we sit in the car. Too much beef because it's caramel. No, the caramel, yeah. He's playing good also. 6 months. That's good. Yeah. He's doing very, very good. So, yeah. You have to get focus on 90 on your game because he's good. Yeah, but he will do it to win. So we have to say it to him. Not the old. Good. Next time I don't say anything. I say we have a 16 image. You go out like this. Go. Okay. Now I know. Now I know.
Niels first ball.
Again, yeah, again.
It's soft ball. Shit, that is soft, very soft.
Maybe need to turn
No,
around.
it's same.
Same thing?
Yeah, it's same. This throw is like.
Yeah, it's a throw.
Yeah.
Yes, my throw.
Yeah, a little bit.
Because
little
they,
bit, yeah.
sometimes they are coming
Yeah,
a little like
bit.
that.
Yeah. Six and ball.
Yeah, 6 starts from now.
Yeah.
And now there's camera on, are we going that way out?
Yeah.
Yeah, we go this way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
no problem.
Because there's camera.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because normally I'm going that way.
Yeah.
I'm as well, but we go that way.
Yeah.
Outside. $25.
Okay.
Good game. Both.
So here we go then on the main stage. A semi-final I'm looking forward to. Niels Hansen and Minda Gasparauskas of Lithuania. On the other board as well, Lukasiak and Dennis Nilsson. Well, you can actually see quite clearly the other two playing as well. So, yeah, this is for the bull-up, and Dennis already showing signs of, not great. So it'll be Oscar Lukasiak throwing first on that one. We'll be switching between the two regularly, keep you up to date regularly, because these are going to be two good games. We'll primarily stick with this one, but at the beginning ends of legs, etc. We'll go and see what's going on over there. Prediction, I reckon, for this one, not much in it. Barauskas, perhaps. And for the other one, got to stay with Dennis. But anything goes. We have 4 very talented darts players proving it there. Niels Jørgen Hansen. Couple of big trebles. I just spoke to Hallie after that defeat to Lukasiak. And he said it was that double 16. It was close. He said it was close. Good to see him looking at the positives as we see 2 more big trebles back to back. Niels Jørgen Hansen. Niels is not messing around. Not at all. A bit like Dennis wasn't messing around a couple of legs ago. That wasn't far away. And that was a little further away. Barauskas back on 240. And handsome. Shouldn't be any big dramas here. Double two don't want to go inside. Well, I wouldn't say big dramas, but he's busted his score. But possibly for the better, because if you get the single, you're on double one. You've got a decision to make. Do I go for it? Possibly miss. But at least he hasn't got a decision to make. He knows he'll be back, and it will be double four again. He needs to get it, though. Brauskas is a good player. 120, it's a good checkout. Good player and good checkout means maybe. But anyway, doesn't matter what it means, because Niels hits that double two. And Nielsen won't be checking this 156 out with these three. And look where Lukasiak is. He's on range. That's in as well. That is in. And double eight a little farther adrift. Double four for effort. Really, really close. Well, 75 left. Out of bull. Oh, that was too good. You hear that phrase quite often. Too good. As we heard on the other board, a dart dropping out. That was from Niels Jørgen Hansen. And Oscar has given away, has taken the first leg against Nielsen. Nielsen I would have probably had as the favourite for that one. Not much in it, mind. Both of these players having a rather good leg as well. Hansen averaging over 100 in the leg. And he had a dart drop out, if I'm not mistaken. Hansen levels, well, evens off that 199. Brauskas not impressed with his effort, with his own effort, might I add. And yes, Hansen here could double his lead in super quick time. Double his lead, also known as doing a Dennis. Went tops there, which is understandable. Didn't really like the line on that treble, fair enough. Mindigus here, this would... Wow, this is possible. Treble 18. A little wide, a little too wide. Well, he's come on, you hear him say he's made himself a little bridge. Well, missing tops when your opponent's on a finish, never good. But that dart falling out wasn't the worst thing that could have happened. If it stayed in, it would have been worse. Is that in the 18? Looks like it to me. 64 left. Now that leaves the bullseye. He'll be in bullseye mood because of that first dart, but no. Can't find even the outer with either of them. So that's why the 5 falling out wasn't actually the worst thing that could have happened to Niels Jørgen Hansen, as he needs to adjust. Double 5. Well, maybe he would have wanted the 5 to stay in. He nearly fell out there as well. You could see the motion. We don't have slow motion replay, but you could see the motion in that dart, but it managed to grip on. Don't know if he has aggressive points, but there we go. 34, the most unusual WC attempted. He went straight for it, he fancied it, and he wasn't happy when he missed inside. Maybe back for a pair of 8s. Won't be back for a pair of 8s. Lovely madhouse shot there from Niels Jørgen Hansen. Last start in hand. And he takes the 2-0 advantage. Meanwhile, we've just missed Oscar Lukasiak. take his second leg of the game. Don't quite know in what style it happened because I was busy watching the other one. But yes, Lukasiak is having a bit of a game at the moment. Just don't tell Hallie, because this could have possibly been Hallie. Similar sort of averages, but it's obviously Lukasiak who's taking his chances. We're keeping a firm eye on this one, but primarily looking here at Hansen and Barauskas, where Hansen has just taken a 2-0 lead. And throwing darts like that, big trebles. That's the second time he's done that. Treble 20, treble 19. You don't want to waste time. Another is inviting. Oh, don't worry about the treble, just go for the outer ball. Tactical. Tactical. He got single 20, he leaves 1-2-5. Has to hit a double or the outer, has to hit a pair of trebles or the outer ball. Here he can hit big fat 20. Here he can hit big fat 20. Here he can hit big fat tops. And he misses. Just to show me up. Thanks, Niels. It's only a time, but he's really come out of the traps fast as Niels Hansen. I've been very impressed with what I've seen so far. And that is a good mark. Has to move. I don't know how much you can see. It looks from this angle a very good marker. But I'm not at the same angle of Niels Jørgen Hansen. Alas, he missed. 84 left. Yep, stayed there for 12s. Little high, and that one was marginally higher as well. So Barauskas might have a shot, will have a shot at 16s, a couple in fact, to get his nose back into this one. Oof, he can't get that either. Perfect hair, by the way, Mindigus. Maybe now's not the time for compliments. Double 10, Niels Jørgen Hansen. Double 5, needed 10. And got 10, and is now 3 zip up, and has no plans on wasting time. And Barauskas hasn't even played badly, but Niels has really come out of the traps. There we go. Dennis pulled back a leg. We've got a couple of spectators as well, having a look at what's going on. Which games we watch first? This one at the moment seems a bit more enthralling in as much as Nielsen's losing. Nielsen losing? When does that ever happen? But Oskar Lukasiak, the young Swede, has been playing some solid stuff, just like that, right on cue. Was behind, is now in front, on a finish. And that's really good stuff as well from Dennis. Really good stuff, considering the pressure that Oskar has been putting on him for most of the game, to be honest. I know it's early days, but even still, needed the treble there for the bullseye. So it is Nielsen. Let's see how he's going to go for this one. Outer ball is the usual, or one of the usual routes. I think that's hit 18. 43 left. That leaves tops. Last dart. Pressure. No pressure. Perfectly in the epicenter of that bed. And Dennis Nielsen's pleased with himself. Levels things up. Not out of this one by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah, must be said. Brilliant darts there from Barauskas. And brilliant hair as well. Well, Borowska's useful treble 20 means he may well be about to stop this 4-0, but it is out of his hands at the moment. That's a great treble, great dart. Oof. He teed it up there. He likes the treble 18s, obviously, but was just falling short. So Borowska's, we haven't yet seen his finishing abilities. 84. He had this in the last leg, he missed it. And it was a slightly better effort there. Double 5, pressure is on. Wow, look at Mindigus. Look how far back he is. And he was kind of looking. Do I want to look? Do I not want to look? Oh, maybe I probably should look to see what's going on. Oh, hang on a sec. Bang. Oh, damn it. You could kind of see that. In fact, I think any clever editors out there should try and edit what I've just said to that exact moment of Mindigus to see how accurate I was or wasn't. But to me, it looked like Mindigus was just paying just enough attention to know what was going on and was disappointed. But he's not disappointed with this visit. He looked a bit disappointed. Maybe it's just because 4-0 down and playing well. Just a bit of general miscellaneous frustration. But decent darts. He's not out of this game. He's not out of this leg. And when you're not out of a leg, it means you're not out of a game. Well, we should get Mindigus angry more often. Look at this. Throwing treble with regularity. The concentration on Neil's face. Well, the door is very much open now. I mean, he's far back anyway, but only 45, and he's in there again. Well, doesn't need to punish himself. He's probably going to win this leg. I say that, we may see a 171 here. No, he won't. Okay, is he probably going to win this leg, Mindigus? Oh, great darts, Niels Hansen. And is there anything Borowska's could do to stop him? Treble 20. Oh, I fancied, I did. Well, this would just be typical, wouldn't it? Borowska's has done very little wrong. Those two single ones there didn't help, but other than that, very little wrong. And it's technically, possibly, about to go 5-0 down. Oh, no. Oh, my. Bullseye Hansen. Oh, Hansen. Fantastic stuff there. And Borowska's can do little. But give him a fist bump. Give him a smile. Wonderful 170. This is Live Darts Iceland, and this is darts. This is proper darts. And sorry to make it about myself, but I've always wanted to commentate on a live 170, and I've just done exactly that. Niels Jorgen Hansen. It's 10-7, and the date is Friday, the 23rd of August. Wonderful, wonderful arrows. Well done, Hansen. And when I said he technically, possibly, maybe, is about to go 5-0 down, it happened. Well, let's have a quick look in the heat of the excitement of what's going on. Dennis Nielsen has done what Dennis Nielsen does best. Take the lead. And he may well take the lead here. Oh, sorry, he has taken the lead. He may well extend his lead here. Treble 17. Leaves the bullseye. And that was close, but no cigar. And Lukasiak might win the leg from here. He might nick it. Well, darts are tops or the treble. It's completely up to him. It was tops. There's one of them. And there's another. Oh, boy. This is why I love this sport. Absolutely love it. We've seen a 170 on board number 1, a missed bullseye on board number 2, then a tops finish on board number 2. This is entertainment. And if you see someone's winning 5-0, it's usually, right. Barauskas has really not done anything to deserve being finished 5-0. But Hansen's taken his chances, he's taken his opportunities. Decent power scoring, finishing has been good. What more can you say? Got a feel for Mindigus, really have. He's a very, very talented player. And as I said, has he done much wrong? Nah. Yeah, he has. He let Hansen get the 170. No, in all seriousness. No. I guess it's just the occasional wayward dart maybe that's had a little of an impact. Usually it wouldn't matter. Usually the odd wayward dart isn't the end of the world. Anyway, Barauskas is on 40. And Barauskas gets 40. Well done. He has got a well-deserved leg on the board. Really has. And as we say before, it's probable that Hansen's going to win from here. But whilst Mindigus has a number next to his name, and Niels has a number that isn't 6 next to his name, anything is possible. Oh, okay, that isn't true. Neither player, I can get guarantees, are going to check out 162. Neither player's going to score 7 legs, you know what I mean? But any outcome, apart from a tie, is possible. Quick look at board 2. Oskar Lukasiak has levelled things up, but Dennis Nielsen was in the driving seat. Oskar Lukasiak has everything in his power to go ahead again and dethrone, knock out Dennis Nielsen. Single 18. Now, that looks like that's out the board to me. It wasn't, that was a double 18, so he's going for double 11. Okay. Dennis Nielsen has 2 darts at tops. Well, that's a great mark, and he rarely misses. He rarely misses. And he hasn't missed there. Wonderful tops hitter. And Lukasiak can't say he didn't have his chance. Really can't. That was a break of throw as well, so it was important that Lukasiak got that one. 3-4 in favour of Dennis Nielsen, who's just 2 legs away from his place in the final. And he'll have the pleasure of entertaining one of these two. Meanwhile, that was a missed dart at double for Niels Jorgen Hansen. That was a missed dart for the match. He's got time. It's a good job it was a big start, because he deserves a proper talking through, such as Niels Hansen 32 for the match and a place in the final. And it's there, his first dart of asking, kind of, apart from the missed double 16 in the last leg. We didn't talk about that. Really, really solid stuff. And Niels Jorgen Hansen is either going to win this event or come second, naturally. Impressive stuff, but you've got to give a shout to Mindigus Barauskas, who has done himself very proud, made the semi-finals, played some very good arrows. But Niels Jorgen Hansen, that 170, highlight of my career, probably nowhere near the highlight of his. So, I'm guessing these players will know that it's going to be Niels Jorgen Hansen in the final. I'm guessing when they're turning rounds, they'll probably have an idea. Maybe not. You never know, but that's my intuition. And that's really good stuff there from Lukasiak. And look what he's left. Well, we saw one about 10 minutes ago on the other board. We saw a tops about 8 minutes ago on this board. Oof, close, but no cigar. I think that's in the treble. I think it is. I had a feeling we kind of might see that last dart aimed at the bull just to see what would happen. But Oscar did the right thing because he's going to be back. That's a good cover shooting there from Dennis. Great dart at treble. 17 that is, and that puts him on a double. So Oscar needs to take this. 58. Oh, no. You cannot miss the big numbers, especially if it's single to double. If it's single to bull, you can't afford to miss big numbers, but your bull is kind of a little bit more forgivable because bull's really hard to hit. Anyway, that missed a big single was punished, and Oscar will feel the punishment because it's a long way back from 5-3. If he gets this leg, it becomes significantly shorter. 2 big trebles there. Helps his cause. Two big trebles there. Helps his cause once again. Back-to-back ton 40s. Nielsen really needs a couple of trebles here to stamp his authority on this leg. If he can win it 6-3, I'm sure he'd like to. We'll take the ton. Back-to-back ton 40s. This is what it's all about. When the pressure's on, when you're throwing to save the match, that's how you do it. He's on for a 12 darter. Nielsen can get 180 here. We've seen many treble 20s in this leg. I've forgotten how many Nielsen hit. Doesn't need to do any messing around. Doesn't need to go 12 for bull. Just needs to tee up that tops, which he's done. And Oscar needs tops just a little bit lower than that. And he's made that difficult climb significantly easier. Yes, Dennis Nielsen will be throwing for the match, but it's one leg at 501. Yeah, I know he's got to win 2 legs, but this right now is one leg of 501. And he's in the treble. He had a great last leg. He doesn't like the line. Is switching. Oh, wonderful. That's all right. That'll do. That'll do fine. 100 was good for Nielsen. 136 is brilliant from Oscar.
What's this?
Well, that's 2. Will he fill the bed? Super Dennis has filled the bed. And is just now 1-2-1 away. Unless Oscar can do something big here. Needs a treble. Hasn't got a treble. Can't get a treble. And Nielsen. 11 bull doesn't have to go for it. Probably won't. No, that's all right. Yeah. Well, it's a bit too accurate, if I'm honest. He wanted out to ball 36. But he'll be back for 3 clear darts. Double 4. And a very valiant effort from Oscar Lukasiak, but it is Dennis Nielsen who makes the final. He's been playing brilliantly all day. And he will face Mighty Hansen. Name is written right there. In today's final, it's me, Dennis Nielsen, or Niels Jørgen Hansen, who will feature in Mannheim in just 2 weeks' time, playing at the European Darts Match Play. Nielsen has already won in Sweden, his hometown, his home country. He's already won in Denmark. Will he win in Iceland as well and keep his 100% country record for 2019? Well, we'll find out in just a few minutes. It'll be on this board over here, and I'm very much looking forward to it. I hope you are as well. Live Darts Iceland, bringing you live commentary for the Pro Tour and European Tour Qualifier weekend, part of the PDC's Nordic and Baltic Tour. Live to you from Iceland. And for those of you who've watched some of my streams, some of the streams where I've been commentating before, I usually commentate from my home in the United Kingdom, but no, I today am in Iceland. Very excited for this one. Don't go anywhere. In a few minutes' time, the big finale.
Dennis starts the ball.
6 starts.
9 for me.
9 for you?
Yeah, 9 for me. You are throwing first for the ball.
Yeah.
So 9 for me.
Yeah.
And then 9 for
Yes.
me, and then you are throwing first ball. Yeah. Okay.
No score. $25. Neil's pitch begins the game. Game on, good luck.
It's the same.
Yeah.
First to 6.
Yeah, best 11. Yeah. It's, 92.
Yeah.
Well, here we go. Final time. For the final time. Well, really, final time. Robbie Dove is your commentator for this thrilling final between Dennis Nielsen, who has been stunning all day, and Niels Jorgen Hansen, he who just hit a 170. he takes his opportunities. If history repeats itself, Niels-Jørgen Hansen may well take an early lead like he does. Dennis Nielsen, on the other hand, gives away an early lead like he does.
100.
But Dennis Nielsen claws back in there. If ever he leaves himself tops, that's basically leg, because he's very good at tops. But it's going to be good. It's going to be an exciting one, that's for sure. Two players that don't give up. The seriousness
26.
on the face of Niels-Jørgen Hansen and just that calmness on the face of Dennis Nielsen. Calmness but concentration, might I add. Dennis Nielsen, I'm sure it's not in his mind. Well, I don't think it's going to be top of his mind, but 3 different countries, 3 different wins. And he'll be delighted with the Swedish win, delighted. The Norwegian win, sorry, the Danish win, pretty good. The Icelandic win, that'll make it a trio. Treble 17, doesn't have to go for it. Looks like he's not even switching. Is switching, bullseye. Didn't go for it. Dennis Nielsen didn't go for it. I'm very disappointed.
$94.
But he won't be disappointed, he won't care less. Double 16. Double 8. Double 8. And he has to move over significantly. Isn't there? I'm surprised he didn't go treble 20, treble 20. When he was on the 161, treble 20, treble 20, single 1. Leave tops is great at tops. Anyway, this will be a pickpocket, treble 18. This would be a pickpocket, bullseye.
99.
Nearly. Really, really nearly.
Game shot for Dennis in first leg.
And it is Dennis after, well, that was a bit of a fireworky full leg, first leg.
$100.
There you go, just a little bit of housekeeping. In as much as moving the scoreboard to make it a little bit more aesthetic.
100.
Ton up, both players. I mean, I'm only just catching my breath after that first leg, and that was only leg number 1. More of the same, please.
I can do it.
I think these two are the picture of concentration.
41.
Do you have a
But that was a slip from Niels-Jørgen Hansen.
Yeah.
41.
Yeah. Like family and was the white, big white one?
No, when
Like a big.
$40.
We brought the
4 years ago, the same faces and
Okay. We just bought yes, for the others, yes. But it's broke a little bit, so now we have the Audi's hybrid car. It's very nice, like 750 kilometers.
Well, not really replicating the fireworks of the first leg. And right on cue, Dennis Nielsen hit perfect one, perfect treble 20s. Can he fill it up?
140.
Nobody won't mind. That'll do. Hard to do that as well after a leg where you're not not much is really going on. 60, 60, 60, you know, just the usual. However,
140.
anything you can do, I can do too. One leaves 60, one leaves double that.
What is Oscar on the card?
40.
And that's a missed double for Dennis Nielsen. And if Hansen got this, this would be a bit of a steal. That's a plum treble. Here it goes. Double top Hansen.
100.
Well, apologies there if you heard a fruity word. I think it may have been a fruity word. I can't be sure. I'm not suggesting for 1 minute that Hansen has a foul mouth on him, and I thought it was shoot, but you can never tell.
10.
Anyway, Nielsen saying oh shoot now as Hansen needs 20. And there it is. Like that one. He liked that one. First dart.
One 140.
Well, lovely there. Ton 80. Sorry, ton 40 to start things off for Hansen. Only 45 Nielsen. That's a good marker. Was a good marker, I'm telling you. According to me, anyway. Well, we know what Hansen's like when it needs bullseye finishes. We know what Hansen's like when he needs bullseye finishes. That's good. That's very good, but not quite the one. That was millimetres away. Couple of millimetres to the right, and he's looking at a bullseye shot. I fancied. Would he have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
60.
Should see him get shots at something here. That something was tops and he's just gone wide. Double top. And there's the tens. Niels Jørgen Hansen takes the lead. Dennis Nielsen loses the lead, but he won't even care. He will not care.
140.
That's why I won't care, because how many times has he lost the lead today? Numerous, but I guess that's the mark of a champion, isn't it? Two marks of a champion. Number one, don't let your loss of lead faze you. Or number two, don't lose the lead. Either of those work.
60. 49.
Just to remind you, this is not the only event we're going to be having this evening. We've got another just like this. Another qualifier. 18, number 12. Get a chance to play in Riesa, Germany in a few weeks' time.
40.
Nielsen or Hansen be participating.
140.
Varsågod och få sin.
Inte kan vara med.
Ja.
I don't drink.
Double 18 to level up. Well,
No score.
go figure. Go figure, Dennis Nielsen.
44.
Well, out to bull again. Right, now what? There we go. That's probably his intention last time, but had a slip. And that certainly wasn't his intention this time. And 2-1 becomes 2-all, and history seems to be repeating itself. Both in the fact of me mentioning it and Nielsen doing it. But Jorgen Hansen not letting it phase him. And that's the umpteenth ton 40. Not only of this match, but of this evening for Niels Jorgen Hansen. The evening's only halfway done.
100.
The next tournament will be starting shortly after the commencement of this one. Sorry, after the conclusion of this one, should I say.
$140.
Again, he's good at these back-to-back ton 40s. Not so long ago, I seem to recall him hitting 3.
$100.
Chris. Jo.
60. $81.
Hansen want to put a dent in his 161. Will put a dent in his 161.
80.
Well, be disappointed with that one. Was that bullseye-ish, maybe? I think so. We'll be back for 81. Nielsen would love to be back for tops here. Won't be back for tops. Wasn't happy with that.
43.
And Niels will have 6 darts at 81. Can't quite find tops. I can confirm, by the way, that the last star that fell out was at the outer ball.
57.
But we'll have a couple of darts, 3 darts at 20s, at 10s rather. Maybe the odd one at 5 as well. That's a good marker. He's had to move, so maybe it isn't, but it looks it. Wow.
10.
After that second dart, you rather thought, actually, is that such a good marker after all? It was near. It was near. Nielsen, leads Shanghai. He's moving as well.
40.
No, obviously he couldn't see the treble. Ball's always an option, but it's not a reputable one. Only your Michael Smiths and your Michael Van Gerwens. Only if your name's Michael you do that. I just need to recall Adrian Lewis attempting ball once, but Niels Hansen busting double 5, first dart in hand, not great. Shouldn't be anywhere near that single 20. Nielsen will have a shot. That will be at double tops. A lot of moving around because of block beds this leg. Oh, that was great. That was great, considering he had to move it as well. And he liked that. You can see he liked that. Important segment of the match. Resetting and carrying on. Very good composure shown by Dennis Nielsen.
$100. $41.
$100 for Nielsen, 41 for Hansen.
100.
Consistent for Nielsen. Yeah, and pretty good from Hansen as well.
140.
There we go. 41 to start off wasn't great, but made up for it. Nielsen also showed some power. That was unlucky. That looked to me to be in the meat of the treble.
Brian.
Well, Brian is our tournament director. He's being called over by the sounds of things. Obviously something's happened. Is it an issue with the scoring? Is it an issue with the board? I'm not entirely sure myself. We saw it looked to be in the meat of the treble. And it's gone. So I don't think the problem's with the scoring. Brian came over and he could immediately see what's happened, so I'll find out. And if I do, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
That appears to be 80 scored to me. Maybe the dart fell down and affected the yoke in some way. Maybe some running repairs are necessary. But I can tell you, Nielsen will be on 2-2-1 when this issue is fixed, whatever the issue may be. He scored 80 with a dart falling out, which if he didn't, I'm pretty sure it would have been 140. So Nielsen in the driving seat for this leg, and thusly for the match as well. But hopefully, maybe this little break will give Niels Hansen just a couple of moments to compose himself. If he can pound in a 180 or a 140, and he's very capable of those 140s. Then that could change the complexion, because it's an important leg for Niels to win this. 4-2, very different from 3-3. There's nothing, as far as I'm aware, wrong with the board. And I think the only people in the hall are the players and the directors. So we wait. Seems to me a bit of running repairs going on.
think it's coming.
He's coming with a what looks like a new iPad. Every board here, in fact, every board in all of our our events for the PDC Nordic and Baltic use iPads to do the Dart Connect system. So there's a scorer, and they'll just type in the amount they score, and the iPad will do the rest. It looked to me as though Brian was getting a replacement. He's carrying an iPad, so maybe they're replacing the iPad because there's an issue with the iPad. That's the only thing I can think of. And Nielsen's score hasn't been updated yet, so that does make me think maybe it is the iPad.
Já, það bara alltaf 1%. En hún er steindauð, skilju, hún deyr gjörsamlega á núlli. Ég er að segja það. En við erum að...
I think goes rest goes here.
You're gonna buy another card?
You get a straw.
Það kemur alltaf nett. Akkur var hann ekki í sambandi? Var hann sambandi við þessu eða?
It doesn't charge now. There's no charging.
Yeah, they're charging.
Does it charge?
Yeah.
Huh?
But this is computer like if it's like 5 or 6 in the chart, then she turn on. This was not. But this one was not in. Now it's now in.
Det er rigtigt. Det er ikke nogen god idé at hente det uden at snøre den op. Det er fordi den her, den skal jo bindes fast og nu kan være de nummer. Det går ikke.
Svo bara áðan gerðum þetta líka. Og svo fór beint í. Ég held að Brian sé komin með. Are you okay? It's coming. Yeah, it's coming.
See, it always remember so much. Has to be 2% and turn back on. So everything was connected earlier. I don't know who
like you see, I cannot remember the scores.
The score is here.
Yeah.
This one.
Yeah, we have 80 from in there. 80 from that one. Then it was scored 80.
We have to remember this tomorrow to check it out before we start. But this was just today. Yeah.
The whole thing is 80.
Nej.
just give it a minute, it's starting. Hún náttúrulega startar sig sko, þannig að það tekur smá tíma.
Okay, nei, not right.
Well, there we go. Looks like a solution has been found. It did appear to be some sort of issue with the power or the system, something like that. An issue affecting our scoring system. But 221 and 320. Are the correct scores, as far as I'm aware.
Let's hit him. He begins the 9 darts.
9 from him?
Yeah.
Both players told they're allowed to now have 9 practice darts, just because they have a bit of a hiatus.
And then, you know, and then he throw. Yeah.
Yeah, and he shoots, so they're just allowed to have some practice darts. Well, Nils wouldn't want these to be practice. He would have taken 83, I'm sure of it. Same with Nielsen. Hey, why waste darts? Well, confirmation by the what happened. It looked like the computer, which deals with the scoring, was unplugged. Thus, the system went dead, and they couldn't continue scoring. But it has now been fixed. They're getting their 9 darts each. Mutual respect between them. And it is Niels Hansen. Not often you see that. You see someone throwing their 3 darts and then going to throw. So maybe Hansen should have had the first dart, but it doesn't matter. 2-2-1 plays 320. Nothing like a little bit of drama, is there? And Nielsen picking up from where he left off. 80 followed by 140. Lots of trebles. Remember, this is a crucial part of the match. Double 18. And after the longest leg of the afternoon, not necessarily long in terms of darts thrown, but length of time due to the fact that it took a while to sort out that computer issue. It's Dennis Nielsen who holds his throw, and maybe thought he was throwing then, realised, no, hang on a sec, it's still the previous leg.
Yes. You want me to take off?
Yeah. That's fine, yeah.
That was in the treble 20. You know what happened last time a treble 20 bounce out happened? Power supply issue.
100.
That one was definitely in the treble 20. Dennis's may have been, not too sure. That one was definitely. Solid stuff from the Swede. Gets himself down to 117. Hansen really could do with 2 trebles here. Bare minimum of 1. Can't afford treblers visit. Can't afford single ones like that either. More darts falling out. Tops for Nielsen to go within 1. 10. Well,
20.
rare misses for Dennis Nielsen, so this is a golden opportunity for Niels Jorgen Hansen, who should get a dart at something. That something may well be the bullseye. He has to guarantee it. Good thinking. Bullseye! No. A little further adrift. So double 10 for Nielsen. Double 10 for Nielsen. Is he thinking about it? There it is. Last start in hand. And now Dennis Nielsen is just one leg of darts away from nothing, because that wasn't... No, there we go. There we go. One leg away of darts away from his spot at the European Darts match play in Mannheim, Germany in 2 weeks' time. Niels Jorgen Hansen needs 4 legs on the trot if he's going to upset the Swede. And may I point out a reminder, the Swede has not only just won ET events in his home nation of Sweden, he's won in Denmark, and he's well on his way to winning here in Iceland.
77.
Yeah.
And we're just looking at the scoreboard again, scoring system. Yep, all right, no biggie. But the Darknick system, must say, has worked very, very well. It means you can watch everything, every single dart, pretty much,
60.
on tv.dartconnect.com. Click the PDC section, and you'll see the PDCNB Euro Tour qualifiers. Talking of which, the draw has been
123.
released for the next event. In the first round, Matty will be taking on Peter Gudmundsson. That's a bit of a showstopper. I've been reliably told that will be a streaming game as well. We'll be able to watch it. Niels Jorgen Hansen will be taking on the other Niels Heinsoe.
100.
And Hallie and Esmar Mikkelsen, the man from the Faroe Islands. That's a couple of games to sink your teeth into. Should be good. Again, we'll have 2 streaming boards and 2 non-streaming boards.
99.
Core Decker is going to be taking part in this one. Jan McIntosh has won a bye through to the next round. And Dennis Nielsen will be playing Harald Paulsen. Right, I sometimes call this do or die. Has Hansen got a last hurrah in him? He's going to win. He probably needs to take this out, and he's not going to. It's a good effort. That's a good second dart. Lacklustrical third dart. Dennis Nielsen then, 32 points away.
Game shot.
And there it is. Dennis Nielsen is your winner. He's the 11th qualifier. He will be featured in the European Darts match play in Mannheim between the 6th and the 8th of September. Well done, Dennis. Probably the best player of the night. Niels Jorgen Hansen gave it his all. Wonderful 170 finish. It has been a tournament I found interesting, certainly one to remember as well. Right, stay tuned, because very, very shortly we will commence the Euro Tour 12 qualifier, the winner of which will be taking part in the International Darts Open in Riesa, Germany, 13th to the 15th of September. Check out the draw, check out all the information on the Dart Connect websites. But we'll be back with a new stream very shortly.